blockbuster in the offing. I met with her to find out a little bit more. Whose novel Camouflage has literally just only hit the bookshelves, but it's also been made into a movie. You've had quite a few months, Natasha, so tell me all about it.
Craziness. Back in January, I was typing away, trying to get the book actually ready for publication, and in the space of less than a year, it's gone from being a book on the shelves, and now it's going to be actually a movie. So very exciting.
So tell us how it got picked up as a film.
It actually started with TV3, and I sent it in as a short story. Never heard anything, didn't win the competition, and literally 7 years later, last November, I got a phone call out of the blue from a publisher in America to say it had somehow made its way across their desk. They had read it. Had I done any more? And I said no.
This sounds like the stuff dreams are made of.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've never written before. I'm just a normal mum, 3 kids, and I just did this like as a hobby, and they gave me a deadline, so I said, right, I'm going to bash at this, and did it, and within 24 hours I got a phone call to say, yeah, we've accepted it, and it's gone out in the shelves.
So it's published by Author House, isn't it?
Yeah, they're part of Penguin Random House in the States, and I have to say they've been absolutely brilliant, been a great help.
Now, the book itself is quite a controversial book, and it's about a female serial killer. So, you tell me that you've always been fascinated by serial killers, really?
Yeah.
Not ponies and ballet when you were a kid. A little bit of that
too, but yeah, no, I have. Honest to God, it's one of those things. I've always been interested in the darker side of people's personalities. Yes, you'll meet lovely people, but really, do you actually really know someone and what they do in their spare time? And that's what I set the character on, is that she's just a regular girl in Dublin. She could be anyone that you'd meet in the street or on the bus, on the Lewis, but what she does in her spare time, that's what people don't know about, and that's what makes her pretty dangerous.
And so your lead character, Sophie, she lures these men through internet dating, and you've said that this book is almost like a cautionary tale against internet dating?
Yeah, I pretty much think so. I mean, a lot of women would think that men are the danger when it comes to internet dating, but really guys should have a look and see what kind of women are out there. The whole internet dating thing, all you see is a profile. You don't actually know that person, so you're leaving yourself at a little bit of a risk.
So, in terms of serial killers, I mean, I think societally we find it very difficult to think of women as serial killers. I mean, we've had the Myra Hindley, Rose West, but why do you feel that this is something that has kind of caught people's attention?
Because it's so unusual for a woman to actually do the things that they do. But I mean, we have our own examples here in Ireland, the Mulhall sisters, the Scissor sisters, and what they did shocked people. So that happened in real life, so why not in a book?
And the book itself, you said that you don't like chicklish, the sort of the glittery, high-heeled, pink world of chicklish, and this was basically something that was the very antithesis of that.
I wanted to get away from that, Prince Charming around the corner and everybody, it ends happily. I just wanted to move away from that, and I wanted to do it where the bad guy is the hero, and you're seeing what the bad guy does, and a little bit of danger.
And yourself, have you always been a voracious reader?
Yeah.
Did you always have it in the back of your mind that you wanted to write a book? I mean, so many people, it's on their bucket list.
That's exactly it. It was on the bucket list, but I literally just started writing this book as kind of a bit of therapy. I went through a bad marriage, and when you're boxed in a corner, you think the most horrendous thoughts. And I've joked with women, they've all joked with me and said, yeah, I've thought of ways how I'd get it back or revenge and stuff. And that's where it came from. And I really did have some horrible, horrendous thoughts. And thankfully, legally, I didn't actually do it. I put it down on paper.
So this was like your way of getting it all
right? Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
It must be hugely exciting. So tell us a little bit about the film and how that all evolved.
Oh, craziness. Literally, the film has just come about. I mean, the book was literally fresh onto the shelves, and I was approached. And it's all going to be an all-Irish production, November 7 films, and an all-Irish production, all-Irish cast. It's going to be filmed in Dublin and Wicklow. I mean, the book itself is based around Foxrock, Dalkey, Bray, Wicklow Mountains. and that's where the filming's going.
And I've heard there's some very big names involved.
Yeah, I can't say anything too soon yet,
Oh.
but yes, there's some fantastic talent that are going to get on board with this, you know. But we're also looking for new, fresh talent, new faces. And the music that's going to be in the film is young Irish bands, unsigned Irish bands. Try and give them a break as well. So, really proud of it so far, but we've a long way to go yet.
Oh, we wish you every success, and I hope you can come down and see the film when it's been made for Irish TV.
Love it.
Thanks so much for talking to us this morning. Cheers. And now Natasha is going to read us a couple of lines from her new book, Camouflage.
A harsh breeze, laced with sleet, blew down from the dark-coloured mountains in the distance. It did nothing to wash away the grime and deprivation that clung to this area like a sickness. Walls tattooed and tagged with graffiti. At least they added a splash of colour to the broken grey edifices lining the road into the commercial estate. Their tagging bore legend the frustration and anger of the local youths. Disillusionment, hopelessness, it was etched on the broken, abused buildings in the area. She turned into the industrial estate through high imposing steel gates. The perimeter topped with razor wire, evidence of failed break-ins dotted the wire. Rags of torn tracksuit tops fluttered with discarded plastic bags at odd spots. Rubbish and clothing alight impaled on the surgical sharp coils. She pulled the car over outside a building before getting to the unit, sat quietly pulling on her cigarette until a couple caught her eye. She watched them get out of their well-kept and mediocre car. They were both well dressed, about the same age as their parents. They just didn't look like they lived around here. They were gathering up discarded wooden pallets. The husband stomped on them, breaking them up, snapping the backs of the wooden platforms, and the wife loaded each scrap into the boot and across the back seat. They were both nervous, looking around. It took her a minute to figure out what they were actually doing, and then it dawned on her. Firewood. Another recession-hit couple making a trip to unfamiliar territory, praying they wouldn't be recognised and doing whatever it took to keep some heat in the house.